What's up, all my fellow YouTubers? Today's video is another review for Auxbeam. It is the 42-inch TriRow series. TriRow as in 3 rows of LEDs. It's a beast. We got the 42-inch and kind of an odd size for a Jeep Wrangler, simply because it's too short to mount up on the windshield. Really kind of too long for the bumper. But I went and screwed it to my front bumper anyway, because I'm about to take it off and start installing a winch before too long. So it's a quick, easy install, quick and dirty, to show you guys how beastly this thing is. Enough of the gabbing, let's get her put on. Now let's go over the hardware before we mount this baby. This is Auxbeam's TriRow series, tri meaning 3, as in 3 rows of LEDs in this light bar. Center row is your flood beams, because you look real close, you can see the pattern inside there. That's your flood pattern. The upper and lower is your spot beam patterns. That's the 42-inch I'm mounting right here. Kind of an odd size for a Jeep, so where I'm mounting it is going to be a temporary location. I'll show you that just here in a moment. But along with the light bar, obviously, you get the hardware. Mounting screws, hex keys, and the pedestal. Yes, there's only one I'm showing you. Here's the other screw that goes with that, because I have it mounted here. That's where they go. If you notice the knurling here and here, so whenever you tighten up your pedestals, the teeth interlock with each other and does not move. IP68 rating for waterproof, and I'll be totally honest with you, yes, Auxbeam sends me these for testing and review, and I will be straight up and honest with you if there's something negative about these. I promise you that. I have yet to have any of their lights build up any condensation. Now I've had several of their lights for many months now, and I have yet to not have any build up any condensation. I give them a thumbs up for quality, great communication I've had with them. So they're good people. So where am I going to mount it? Well, that's where my pods were mounted, the recess back inside my bumper. You guys, I'll put a link down below the video to show you guys the the video where I mounted those. My front bumper is about to come off, and I'm going to start my winch plate and my front bumper with fabricating it. So since I took those off, and that's a 42-inch bar right there, which is an odd size for a Jeep, because there's not many places on a Jeep Wrangler that just kind of bolts on and says, hey, that's good. So temporary location for the moment is going to be bolted right there, so I can take it out for a test drive and give you guys a good performance rating. So I'm gonna get this baby bolted on. We have the 42-inch mounted to the front bumper now, and luckily enough, where I had my pods, where I cut this hole right here, where I had those recessed pods inside there, the top mounting hole on each side just ironically lined up perfectly. So the only thing I had to do is enlarge the hole a little bit for that mounting screw, for the bolt to go through the bumper, and I was good to go. So the mount was actually pretty simple. So now, but as you see the water? Yeah, it's rained for 2 days. By the time I got this thing bolted on, the bottom fell out. So I was rushing to get my tools put up, keep from getting them all wet. And now it's 2 days later, it's finally quit raining enough to come out here and do something. So now I'm about to run the wiring harness. Now, the wiring harness here also comes from Auxbeam. Does not come with this light. So if you want this wiring harness, I'll put a link below in the description for the light and the wiring harness, so you can buy one if you like. So wiring harness is pretty solid. They got a good PVC jacket right here to protect the wiring. Let me unwrap it here for you. .40 amp relays, push button switch to turn it on and off with, and your actual push button switch from the end of it. It's in there somewhere. There it is. That little connector right there, what you do is push that little hook down right there, and you separate that connector, which separates the switch from the rest of the wiring harness. Then you can take this connector, run it through the bulkhead or through your firewall, of your vehicle and then connect it to the harness on the other side. Therefore you ain't gotta, pull the whole big huge wiring harness while you run your switch through to the inside and turn it on and off with. So the wiring harness is pretty decent. Only thing I really got kind of quarrels with is that, see, you got a fuse right there. The switches here. Only thing I'm not really a major fan of is that switch right there seems a little bit rattly. But overall, I've had a few of their harnesses now, and every one of them's worked flawlessly. So, got no real quarrels about those. Pretty good. But they are separate from this 42. Though at least this is the one they sent me, and I'll put a link in the description below to that 42 inch. So now, before I get rained on again, I'm gonna see if I can get this wiring harness tied in real quick. Look yonder, we got it all wired up now. Wiring harness is pretty straight and simple. I showed you where the little plug was, how where it separates the switch. You run it through your firewall to the inside, and then the external harness, plug it together, and you've made your connection to the inside. The insert goes on the battery. You got red and you got black. Black goes to your ground, red goes to the hot side. You're good to go there. Here, which you can't see in the wiring harness here, which is the actual harness, and this side is the light harness. Inside here is a black and white wire. Black goes to ground, white is your hot. So what you do is you take the white wire inside here, connect it to the red wire on your light harness, and the black wire will go straight to the harness on the here. Or the way I've got it hooked up, I've got the white wire here hooked to the red wire on the light harness, but my black wire I've got grounded directly to the frame, so I'm not using the black wire here at all, which works out just as fine because your chassis ground works out just great for your lighting. Sweet, sweet. Alright, I'll show you guys an upcoming video. Just a little random idea I come up with. This is also an Auxbeam 12-inch LED bar. You got your spot beams here, flood beams here. These are kind of unique flood beams because they've got like I don't know what you call it, kind of like a haze little rings right here. Kind of neat looking. This I picked up off of Amazon, which I'll put the link below whenever I release the video for this. This thing right here is a third brake light, turn signals, everything all built into one. I welded the mount up. It goes in through my spare tire here. I got a trailer lock right here that locks it all in place, so therefore nobody can steal my spare. Only thing I got left to do is wire this up, and I'll be ready to release the video for this one. So just thought I'd give you guys a little preview. That's a 12-inch Auxbeam LED bar there. So a little bit later, once it gets dark, we'll go for a ride and see how it performs. Sweet. Also, I think I mentioned earlier, my bumper. The reason I mounted that light like that, me personally, but just me personally now, I do not recommend mounting your light bar like this, especially if you go out four-wheeling a lot. Because you go out wheeling and you're going through the woods, or you're going, I don't know, if you hit anything with that light front like that, you're going to damage the light. So don't mount it like this typically. I will be going to remove this bumper, hooks and everything. I got some 3/8 plate I'm putting across the front of this right here and building me a winch plate. So this is just a temporary fix. This bumper's about to go probably next weekend, and I'm going to start fabricating my bumper finally. So cool. Alright, we'll take a ride later. If y'all been following my videos, any of y'all may recognize this little place out here that I've used to test my lighting a time or two. You see the little lake area right here, you got your boat ramp right here. Good little stretch across there. Great view for testing lights. What you see right now is my low beams, which have Auxbeam LEDs in that also. Let me hit my high beams real quick. The only reason I'm doing this is to give you guys perspective of the regular headlights before I fire up the 42 inch. Okay, now let me hit the brights. There's the bright beams. Okay, now you guys got perspective here of what the headlights are doing. Now just so I don't accentuate the 42 inch too much, I want to turn off the headlights and fire up the 42. And there she is. Well, I hit the switch on the 42 and there we go. And you see where I've got it mad low on the bumper. I've got a lot of it coming off the ground right here, but I've got really good distance out there. So it'd be a great little wheeling light. Honestly, I think this 42 inch is a perfect size for like your ATVs, your side-by-side ATVs. My uncle has a couple of them up in the hills of Kentucky. That would be a great fit for one of his ATVs. And you guys can see out playing at nighttime, it would do an excellent job for you. Let's get a little frontal shot, see what it looks like. Probably gonna drive the camera nuts. Oh, good God, mud pit. So y'all just heard that, didn't you? There it is. Now, obviously you can't tell that it's got 3 rows of LEDs in, simply because the lens on the camera just can't deal with that. But as you guys seen from the install, you've seen the 3 rows. Pretty cool light. That is Auxbeam 5D series. That is a beast of a 52 inch. Oh, y'all curious? Y'all haven't seen my 52 inch video? I'll tell you what, I'll fire it up for you real quick. Let me turn off the 42. We'll hit the 52. Y'all ready for this? Boom! Spot beams. What's really sweet about the 5D series lenses on these Auxbeams, even though this video is mainly about that 42 inch down there, that 5D series lens on those things concentrates that beam into a tight circle, so you get great focused light. So I'm not gonna harp this 52 inch too much. If you guys want to see that, I'll put the link down below in the description to watch that video. Alright everyone, hope you enjoyed that video. Give me a thumbs up down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Check that right there. I've got my 52 inch fired up to provide me light, and now I got planets up here. Pretty cool. Try and get that angle work, see those a little better. Anyway, I'll quit playing. Everyone, if you enjoyed that video, thumbs up down below. Subscribe if you haven't, because if you subscribe each time I release one of these videos, you will get a notification saying, yay, hey, you got another video, check it out. Not just review videos like this, I'm about to do great how-to videos. I've released lots of them in the past. I got 115 so videos on YouTube now, and I've got a lot of great stuff coming up. I've got a winch install coming up, so whenever I do that, I'm probably gonna make me a little wheeling video too. So you want to make sure you subscribe to catch that. Also, got any comments? Tell me about your light bars, or the ones you prefer to use, and it don't matter what brand it is. Just let me know. I don't care. Tell me what you got. Tell me what you do with them. And everyone, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Peace. Later, y'all.